and have communications to come about what Wednesdays look like. But now that we know it's going to be this entire large lot, what our focus is going to be is making sure that the public has as much of that parking in the small lot as possible. So we are going to talk to you guys about what loading zones look like, what that public, what the parking looks like for handicapped folks. We're going to talk to you guys about that today. So I wanted to be preemptive with that to let you know it is the entire large lot that's going to be closed with the exception of Saturdays, and that it is going to last 180 days is what the time frame is right now, and so that takes us into June. Let's all cross our fingers for the driest spring ever. And again, we have a great contractor we're working with that's really going to do their best to try to make this, as quick as possible, knowing there's only so much you can shave off of this. Let's see. So what we also know, and Jason will be going over today, the contractors will be working Monday through Saturday. This will be a construction zone out here, Monday through Saturday. So that means whatever comes with a construction zone, you can anticipate during this project Monday through Saturday. He can talk to you a little bit about the different aspects. Sometimes in the very beginning there's going to be demolition, and then after that there's going to be fill-in. So the sights and sounds you would associate with that are going to be happening Monday through Saturday, with the exception of also on Saturday, Jason has said that they are going to try to limit the demolition part of it because we know that's going to be really loud. So they will not be doing demolition on Saturdays, correct, Jason, during that demolition phase? Okay. Yes, so again, they've already worked with us on that as well, so we will not anticipate those sounds and everything else of demolition in those first couple weeks of Saturdays. So other than that, he can kind of go through with you guys what that timeline looks like, but I want you to know that there will be construction on Saturdays, but that is necessary in order for this to finish in June, like we all need and want this to happen. Let's see. Again, we're going to talk, once we get into the business portion about this, about the loading zones, about parking. Right now, we are going to go ahead and start with letting the engineers and everyone else talk about the project itself. We do have all the folks here that I'd really quickly like to introduce. So I've been talking to him the whole time. Jason Richardson, he can just raise his hand. He's the project lead from Jamerson Lewis. We also have Joe Smith. Joe Smith, he is our project lead engineer from the city of Lynchburg. We have Howard Covey here. Howard is in the back. He is going to be our Parks and Recreation Facilities person who's going to be making sure that we have everything we need from a Parks and Rec standpoint. Dave Malowitz, he's the Parking Authority Board, the Parking Authority Manager that I'm sure you all have seen before. He's going to be talking about parking. Lou Ann Hunt is here. She is with Communications and Marketing from the City of Lynchburg. She's going to be going over what the communications plan looks like from the city. And then, of course, you have the rest of the market staff. Really quickly, we also have Gaynell Hart, who is here. She's the Director of Public Works, who's here. We have Vivian Lane, who is here from the Visitor Center, right up from us. Let's see, Heather Kennedy, who is with Salem Molinar, who is in charge of the communications for the Main Street projects. And I think that Lynch's Landing, Blake, the new events coordinator, Blake with Lynch's Landing, so you'll see a lot of him as well. To keep things rolling, I will go ahead and have Joe Smith come up really quickly and do an overview of the project. What we have right here, we do have two visuals for you that basically are going to show what the lot looks like now and what the lot's going to look like when it's finished. So whenever we're referring to those, if one of us needs to Vanna White, it will be up here.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yes, you see I'm here. There's going to be trouble. I'm just kidding. No. Okay, I'm sorry. The project, we've been looking at this for several years. We're going to get this thing on board. Can you hear me now? Sorry. Got to hold it really close. Project, we had this on the radar for several years, and we're getting ready to do it now. We came to the point where we just can't wait any longer. This freeze we had out here, it pretty much did the lot in. You can see we got it closed. I'm here to help the contractor, be sure that everything he needs, he gets. He's not waiting on anything from the city or inspections, any kind of regulatory permits or anything. The project's going to be noisy. I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be really noisy. And Jason's doing the best he can to keep the noise down, but that's the biggest thing I cannot control. We can control the dust and the mud in the street and the work hours, but the noise we can't. So Jason's going to get into you. I'm just going to briefly say that he's going to tell you everything about the project you want to know, probably a few things you don't. And thank y'all.